it's approaching the supreme moment. Reality striking closer than it seems, don't it? Go ahead, it's for the taking if you want it. If not, the dream dies and you'll be forever haunted. Then confront it.
What's good? Let's go ahead and knock out another one. First of all, shout out to Social Fire. It's actually her birthday today, and I'm sure a lot of you guys know Android 21 is kind of her mascot, so since it is an Android-related theme, definitely happy birthday to Social Fire. I don't know, if you guys are watching, definitely, I don't know, go to her newest video or whatever and shout her out, and that'd be what's up. But let's go ahead and get started with another showcase of one of the units that did get an Extreme Z Awakening lately. For this one, it is going to be the free-to-play Extreme TEQ Fusion Android 13, and this guy did get a pretty significant improvement as well. As always, we'll cover the stats and then we'll go from there. Again, it's an Extreme TEQ type. It is a free-to-play unit. The best thing about this unit is the fact that the farming process became a lot easier. For those that farmed it in the past, you know what a grind it was. I mean, it might actually be the worst grind out of all the units in the game. Like, it's honestly, it might actually be worse than the Prime Battle LRs in my opinion, but luckily they did update that to where you can actually get 4 copies of the Fusion Android 13 version, and then exchange for it. I forgot whatever the amount of incredible gems it was, but the metal drops actually got improved as well in the actual story event. So things are a lot easier, but it does suck for the guys that did it before all that improvements and updates occurred, because it was a very hellish grind. But anyways, the updated leader skill is physical strength and tech types, Ki +3 HP attack and defense increase of 60%. The super attack causes supreme damage to enemy and also greatly lowers defense. For the passive skill, it's +4 Ki attack and defense increase of 80% when Ki is 8 or more, and then attack and defense increase of another 30% if there are 3 or more Android category allies on the team. So obviously, with that in mind, the Android category setup is probably the best option, but you could certainly run him on the other 2 categories potentially with some Android category units. In terms of links, you've got Red Ribbon Army, that is 300 to attack Android assault, defense increase of 1000. Tough as Nails is also defense increase of 1500. Metamorphosis, 5% HP recovery. Fear and Faith +2 Ki. Shattering the Limit is also +2 Ki, and Nightmare is 10% to attack. This guy falls into 3 categories: movie bosses, androids, and artificial life forms. The one you're seeing on this particular showcase will be on the androids category. At 100% potential with the EZA, the following stats: HP is 14,726, attack is 13,721, and defense is 8,786. 12 Ki Multiplier is 140%. So, as I'm sure a lot of you guys know, or noticed already, this guy definitely did get a hell of an improvement. And you are going to see situations where you do have 2 supporting units on the rotation, as well as rotations where pretty much supporting allies are non-existent. So hopefully you see kind of a variety of different setups in terms of the actual rotations. But you do have like the Android 18 unit that got a Dokkan Awaken recently as well. You've got the, of course, Android 17 leaders provides a defensive boost, and then to the second form Cell unit also is a pretty good supporting type unit for the tech types, especially the extreme tech types. So you're seeing a pretty big boost overall with a variety of units. Now you can certainly replace some of these with, for example, the free-to-play Android 21 unit. That is a Android category supporting type ally with the passive skill sets and whatnot. But yeah, that's pretty much the deal with that. And yeah, I mean, the Prime Battle LR First Form Cell is also in the team as well, just to kind of see how he meshes out with the rest of the team on a Android setup. But overall, yeah, this guy is pretty significant in terms of the overall improvement. It's pretty wild. I mean, 1.3 million in attack stats, and keep in mind it is a free-to-play unit, so it's pretty tremendous of an upgrade. Honestly. I'm looking at the passive skill right now too, and there's so many good features about this unit with the update. So in comparison, if you look at it, the TUR status was Ki +4 and attack increase of 70% when Ki is 8 or more. So pretty decent as it was, but you know, with the EZA, that converted over to +4 Ki and attack and defense increase of 80% when Ki is 8 or more. On top of that, you get a further attack and defense increase of 30%. The only restriction with that is you do have to have 3 or more Android category allies on the team. But you know, if you're running it on androids and artificial life forms, you really shouldn't struggle too much building a team with at least 3 Android category units. Again, the biggest feature about the recent events is the fact that the grinding process is much more simplified. I mean, just grinding the medals themselves was such a nightmare. It really was, because the biggest issue I had with that is the fact that the medals aren't guaranteed to drop per run. You could end up getting like, excuse me, you could end up getting like trading items instead of the actual medals. And the medals themselves would only drop like one at a time. So that just made it such a hellish grind. It's absolutely ridiculous, in my opinion. And this is, again, just my opinion, but I think honestly it was probably the worst grind out of all the units that are farmable in the game. I mean, that's just my personal take on it, but it really felt like that. So the fact that, you know, it's a lot more easier to farm the not only the extra dupes, you can simply just go to the Baba shop and get 4 copies, but you know, the grind itself for 1 copy is actually pretty good too. I mean, you actually get a lot of medals to drop per run, so it definitely does simplify the process a lot. I mean, I think if I remember correctly, because I did kind of test out the rates a little bit, it was like 6 or 7 medals you would get to drop per run. So you know, you need at least 20 per metal type, and it was, you know, 5 or 6 different types of metals. So that definitely does make things a hell of a lot easier. It really does. It's so significant. It's not even funny. But you know, condolences to everybody that farmed this and actually went into the potential system to unlock all the paths, you know, before all this update, because yeah, it's a hell of a grind. But you know, back to the unit improvements itself. Yeah, the Fusion Android 13 is a very, very nice unit, especially given the fact that it is a free-to-play unit. You know, with the Android category, you do have quite a few supporting type units that can further boost up the attack and defense, but even as a standalone without any supports, you know, he can still do a pretty decent amount of damage and defend for a pretty decent amount as well. So I think it's certainly advisable to go ahead and at least, you know, get that 1 copy if you haven't already done so, and then you always have that option to pick up, you know, the four other units from the Baba shop. Let me actually check to see how much it actually costs for that, because honestly I don't remember how much it was. Yeah, I'm kind of like, I'm looking through here and I'm struggling to find the information. If you guys know, you know, definitely just leave a comment, because it wasn't that expensive from what I understand. I think it was maybe like 300. It might have been less than that. I don't know. I don't remember exactly, so don't take my word for it. But it was definitely worthwhile enough to do it if you don't have the dupes already. So that's probably my takeaway for that one. You gotta give credit to Dokkan though. They really did themselves this time with the 7 EZAs. All 7 were pretty much very, very obsolete. You know, a couple of them debatable, for sure, but a lot of them were pretty much obsolete. So the fact that they made them such good units after the EZA just tells you what the potential is, you know what I mean? For some of the other units, like, I would love to have Trollhan get an EZA. That would be incredible, honestly. And for such a troll unit to have a big improvement like that would be honestly a lot of fun. It would be hilarious. So hopefully that happens. But you know, back to this guy. This was the 100% potential for the free-to-play Extreme Tech Fusion Android 13. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video as always. I will be working on other content, you know, throughout the couple of days toward the weekend. So definitely stay tuned for that. As always, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys later.